Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Superman 2, starring Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, Margot Kidder, Ned Beatty, and Jackie Cooper, and Terrence Stamp, and directed by Richard Lester. Now, I barely have seen this before, but I've seen it, but it's just, I haven't seen it enough times as the original Superman film. So, what do I think of it? Let's get into this review. We start off with General Zod, returned by Terrence Stamp, with Ursa and Nod, as we saw them last time, getting imprisoned, and as the opening credits with the score plays, it catches the audience up from the last time, and I like it catches up the people that didn't see the first movie. I thought it was a nice move by this movie. At the Daily Planet, Clark Kent, returned by Christopher Reeve, is ignored by his co-workers, and his boss, Perry White, tells Clark to get information about terrorists setting up a bomb at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And Lois Lane, returned by Margot Kidder, goes in the attack on the tower until she's saved by Superman. I'm liking these characters back in their roles by these actors. General Zod, Ursa, and Nod get out of prison, and Lois thinks Clark is Superman. And Lex Luthor, returned by Gene Hackman, and Otis try to get out of prison. Lex makes it out thanks to Miss Teschmacher, but Otis unfortunately doesn't make it out, and Zod, Ursa, and Nod kill some astronauts. And Terrence Stamp makes the best General Zod compared to Michael Shannon in Man of Steel. And I do like the jail breakout and the scene when Clark and Lois have an assignment to work together in Niagara Falls, as Clark disappears as he becomes Superman, and Lois is led to believe Clark is Superman, and Clark denies it until Lois shoots at Clark in the Donner cut, I must say. I forgot, this also is directed by Donner, so Richard Donner anyways. And she knows he's Superman, and I'm really enjoying these scenes, and Niagara Falls looks absolutely beautiful in this movie. And I'll credit the cinematographer for making this look gorgeous. General Zod, Ursa, and Nod arrive at Earth, or as they call it, Planet Houston, or Houston, excuse me very much, which was hysterical, and try to rule Earth and find Superman as Clark tells Lois he's Superman after accidentally burning his hand and thinks she should know it all. Meanwhile, General Zod terrorizes a couple of cops with Ursa and Nod, and I like how Clark takes Lois to see the crystals, and Ursa arm wrestles with the man and throws him, which was hysterical. And I like the body language by Terrence Stamp, Ursa, and Nod. It's tremendous work by these actors. And the way they destroyed a small town was kind of funny, in my opinion. Clark gives up his powers of being Superman to be with Lois, which isn't too smart for Clark nor this movie. General Zod, Ursa, and Nod attack the White House, and the President of the United States of America kneels before General Zod, and I do kind of like that. Clark picks a fight with the Brute and knocks him down. Knocks Clark down, I'll say, which wasn't a smart choice in the movie either, and now he has to go back to being Superman and to fight General Zod, which makes it a better movie after that dramatic detail. Lex goes to General Zod and tells him about Superman's whereabouts, only in the condition that he takes Australia, and General Zod, Ursa, and Nod arrive in Metropolis and attack the Daily Planet until Superman comes in and fights them, and the fight is great to watch until he leaves Metropolis, Superman I mean, and they take Lois and Lex to Superman's crystal home and tries to find him, and they do, and Superman stops every single one of them and puts Lex back in prison and fights the Brute, but beats his ass. But in that climax is a great climax, but not as great as the first movie, I must say. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 8.6 out of 10. This is another great movie, but again, not as great as the first film. And I do like the new and old characters, and I've got to give credit to the cinematography and the new director, Richard Lester, and this is the second best in my opinion. So I would like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Superman 3. And until next time, up and away.